Hello everybody, it's Liz here with Stampin' on the Rock. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're going to not do a card, but we're going to give you a little color lesson. So if you have the annual catalog, the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog, it looks like this. You can go to page 132 and you're going to find this color wheel. It's a little more advanced than that color wheel you had like in 7th grade art class, but it's the same idea. So we're going to do a refresher from then, or we're just going to learn, and we're going to use the colors with Stampin' Up! Again, one of the great things with Stampin' Up! Is the color coordination. That's key. I can go to 3 different craft stores, find different colors, find cardstock, find ink, and then I get home and they don't really go well together. So Stampin' Up! Is just on the top of their game for color coordination, and that's what I love about it. So this is a color wheel that is in the annual catalog on page 132. I don't know that it's online. I don't think it's on the Stampin' Up! Website, so it's not online. So you can come back and refer here. I'm kind of holding this still for you. You can hit pause on this video, and then you can, use this as your color wheel if you want. If you need a catalog and you don't have another demonstrator you're working with, shoot me a message, and I will gladly send you a catalog. Obviously, there's lots of other great things in here, but we're going to concentrate on the color wheel right now because I know some of my customers have seen it and they go, yeah, that's pretty. I still don't understand how to use it. So let me just give you a couple thoughts of idea here to help you out. So all of the current colors the Stampin' Up! Has, even the in colors, are on this color wheel, which is super cool. All right, let's start with the most simple, monochromatic. Monochromatic are 2 colors that are similar. So all of the colors of Stampin' Up! Are around the outside. Written in here are like color families. So it's like the reds, okay? This says red right here. So these are the reds. These are the red oranges. They're red, but they have an orange tint to them. These are orange. A couple of them overlap a little bit. So there's like color families written around the inside here. And then there's specific colors around the outside, okay? So monochromatic, we want to take 2 colors that are next to each other. When I say next to each other, they could be right here. Pretty in Pink, Flirty Flamingo. Put those 2 colors together. Or the example that's given in the catalog right here is Petal Pink and Calypso Coral. So Petal Pink is here. Okay, Petal Pink and Calypso Coral right next to each other. Those are monochromatic. Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green, right next to each other. Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape, right next to each other. They could also be monochromatic. They could just be like Calypso Coral and Pretty Pink. They're within the same color family. They're not necessarily right next to each other, but they're in that same red-orange family. So that's monochromatic. You want to pick 2 colors that are in the same grouping, okay? Monochromatic, that's probably the most simple. You don't want to be all over the place. You're picking colors that are next to each other. All right, so complementary. Complementary is doing opposites. So pick a color that you like. Do you create by the season? In the fall, you like to do autumn colors. In the spring, you like to do more of the subtle colors. Or sometimes, it might be fall, but I want to do an upbeat birthday card. So I don't really necessarily want to do fall colors. I want to do melon mambo. I want to do berry burst. I want to do bright colors. So with the complementary, take blueberry bushel. I'm just picking any color, blueberry bushel, and go straight across and get pumpkin pie. So you can put blueberry bushel and pumpkin pie together. Now, when I say on the opposite side of the wheel, it doesn't have to be exactly. It doesn't have to be. So you can take blueberry bushel and go over here and try blueberry bushel with peach pie, or with pumpkin pie, or with wild wheat, or even crushed curry. You just want to be generally on the opposite side of the wheel. So that's complementary. Take real red, go to the opposite side of the wheel, and pick out garden green or shaded spruce and try them. Sometimes you're going to go, that's awesome, that's great idea. And you're going to go, other times you're going to say, that's not really my thing. That's okay. So move on. This is to give you ideas. So complementary, pick a color that you really want to work with, and then just go straight across the other side and pick something in that general category. Petunia Pop. Come to the other side, try out Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green, Old Olive. Try that with it. So monochromatic are colors that are next to each other. Complementary, colors that are opposite on the wheel. Analogous. Analogous are 3 colors that are in the same color family side by side. So now this is where you have color family. So you have red, red, orange, orange. Pick 3 colors, one from each of those categories. So pick out a real red, and let's say petal pink and a copper clay, and put those together and try that out. So you're picking 3 different colors that are in 3 color families that are next to each other. So here you could do red violet, violet, blue violet. Pick 1 color from each of those sections and put that together. Down here you have blue green, green, yellow green. Pick 1 color from each of those sections and put those together. Triadic. Triadic is, think of 3. Triadic, tricycle, 3. So triadic is you're choosing, kind of mentally split your wheel in thirds. So if you want to, like blueberry bushel, and let's say like daffodil delight and azure afternoon. So you want to pick 3 colors that are approximately a third away from each other. So split your wheel in thirds. And cherry cobbler, let's say crushed curry and balmy blue. Try it. So give that a try. You might come up and go, wow, that's a color combination never thought of. Or you might say, and then move on. But triadic is picking 1 color about a third of the way around. So, well, 3 colors altogether, but each one about a third of the way around the wheel. And then you can always throw in the neutrals. In the catalog, we have the neutral colors. Let's see if I can find. I know it's a trick in this catalog. Well, here we go. All the ink colors. Okay, so we have all these colors. And then here, these are the neutral colors. Now, the neutrals you actually won't find on the color wheel. Okay, so these are all the other colors. The neutrals, these are the neutrals, and this is on page 138. The neutrals, they're going to go with almost any combination. So what I find is helpful, take the cardstock that you have, cut them down into, I did these 1.5 inch squares, but they could be 1.5 inch, they could be 2 inch, whatever works for you. 1.5 inch square, these are all the neutrals. And then I just grab some other colors and cut them into 1.5 inch squares also. So I'm just going to give you an example here. A monochromatic. Let me pull this aside. Monochromatic. Make sure you're still seeing this up here. Cajun Craze is right here. Okay. So I have Cajun Craze in a 1.5 inch square. Peach Pie. All right. Now, this is the monochromatic. They're not right next to each other, but they're still in the same color family. So Cajun Craze, Peach Pie. This is Peach Pie. So there you go. And then you can just add a neutral if you want another color that you're stamping on or to just combine with. There you go. Add a neutral to it. Just remember, all of your card bases do not need to be white. You can make all your bases white, or you can use one of these colors. Could be your card base. Or this can be what your label is that you're stamping on. It doesn't have to be white for your label. So that's a monochromatic idea right there. Cajun Craze, Peach Pie, and then I just added in a neutral. Or you can add in black if you want something a little darker. Another option would be, this is Pecan Pie. That's still a neutral. Add another neutral in there. Okay, an example of triadic. Triadic is picking 1 color every third space around the wheel. So triadic, I have, let's see, I have a cherry cobbler. Where's cherry cobbler in here? Here's cherry cobbler. Okay. Lost Lagoon is the one I did. Let me see where Lost Lagoon is. Where am I finding Lost? Okay, here's Lost Lagoon, cherry cobbler, Lost Lagoon. Let's see, I have that one in here, somewhere right here. Lost Lagoon. And then Wild Wheat, which is over here. So cherry cobbler, Lost Lagoon, Wild Wheat. Let's see. I had a Wild Wheat. Here we go. Wild Wheat. There we go. Look at that color combination. I would never have thought to put those 3 colors together, put Lost Lagoon with cherry cobbler, but this helped. Cherry cobbler, Lost Lagoon, Wild Wheats right here. So they're about a third apart. All right. So look at that color combination. I love it. And then this is what I did is I went through all my supplies and I pulled out everything that I have in these colors. It could be embellishments, it could be ribbon, it could be pattern papers, it could be cardstock, and just put on your table anything in these colors. That's it. Don't pull out everything you own. That's how we end up with messes, and we all have it sometimes. But just pull out everything you have in these colors and then start playing. And this is the card I came up with Lost Lagoon, Cherry Cobbler, and Wild Wheat. So there's a little bit of ribbon. This is stamped in Lost Lagoon. These leaves are stamped in Cherry Cobbler. I have a Wild Wheat ribbon right here. This paper here is actually a designer series paper that was just Cherry Cobbler on the back side. This is Wild Wheat designer series paper also. And it has a little bit of like black in it. That's just your neutral. Okay, so I just took those colors and this is the card I came up with. So hopefully that helps out for you. Give that color wheel a try. Try a different color combination. You might find something that isn't what you've normally done, and that's good. So if you have any questions, shoot me a message, stampinontherock.com. My email is stampinontherock@gmail.com. So feel free to comment below, send me an email. That's it. If this was helpful to you, please hit that share button and pass it on to someone else who maybe you've heard needs some help with some color combinations. So that's it. Bye-bye.